I have to first start by thanking the team. Here a couple of days ago, if you know the space, it was nothing. What an amazing, just a huge effort really to just create the whole brand, the whole space with just so much care and passion, and you could really see it and how much it took to pull this off. So really thank you to the team, deep gratitude I think from me and everybody here. I think people are impressed and I certainly am. It really is amazing to see all of you here in 3D and really being present. You may know me from a box on a Zoom for the last year and a half or on a Symphony. I promise we're all actually human and physical, and it is really good to get back. But it's so good to see you connecting with each other, connecting with us, and connecting with the industry, which is really the point. And I'm truly grateful to be here with you and humbled. I am super excited to share this day with you here in person, online, and even in the metaverse tomorrow, whatever that is. My industry journey is 30 years in now and very tech-led, but my collaboration tech journey is 20 years in. So I've been in this space quite a while, and I could not be more thrilled to be leading and surrounded by such an incredible team and supported by so many great clients and partners and many here today. It really is an amazing time in the space, in fintech, in collaboration tech, and in digitalization. Human connections are so critical for all of us. I think we're figuring that out a little bit more each day, to function, to perform, and to achieve. To stay healthy, really on a mental, on a physical, and an emotional basis, and ultimately to grow. There are only two ways. You're either growing or you're not. And the alternative to growth is something else. So we're here to grow, and we could not be more pleased to have you here with us. While at Symphony, we do benefit from this remote work movement and a more digital world, it's really not about that at all for us. It's about mobility, it's about flexibility, it's about security. It's about extending reach and options for firms and institutions versus being locked into any one mode of communication, any one place physically, or any one platform. Today, we hope to engage and enlighten you and ultimately leave us all a little fuller and leaning into a more modern, digital, and human-led future where we can all get our jobs done, create value and protect our identity, protect our information, and protect our clients. So let's begin with a more formal program. We live in systems and experience cycles. Again, I think we're figuring that out a little bit more every day. And today is about connecting people with purpose. But the world today is overconnected and often missing deep, meaningful relationships and connections. Now, when we talk about systems, is it one system or many systems? Or maybe many systems functioning as one? I've come across an author recently, James Lovelock, who was a research introduced to me by Matt Chung at iPushPoll, and he wrote a theory, the Gaia theory, where the Earth is really one system functioning as opposed to individual items, both the Earth and the people on it, working somewhat separately. And the cycles are accelerating and colliding, whether it's technology and business cycles, or tech, the markets, and people. All of our lives are incredibly connected, for better or worse, and we think it's for better. Through this age of accelerations, we can become easily overwhelmed, anxious and paralyzed. Industries, firms, people, all struggling to adapt. Increases in risk to data, the velocity of change, I'm sure we're all feeling that. Risk to moving too quickly, risks to moving too slowly. But today's focus is to harness the network and to connect with purpose. And we have a well-established network of people to chat, internal and external, one-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-many. But we can now create more human leverage over tech, and with tech, making the tech more effective for the humans and even humanity. James Lovelock also wrote a book in 2019. He's 102 years old, I believe, this guy, and he wrote a book called Novacine. And it is on this symbiotic relationship between technology and people and the Earth, and how this two-way flow is impacting Earth and climate. Today you'll see flows augmented, and enabled by bots and integrations, leading to greater interop, and putting the tools where users need them. Putting the tools where the users need them. Reducing risk while increasing the rate of technology-driven change. Through this, we can bring some order to the future versus an acceleration of an organized chaos, and maybe the anxiety reduces and the volatility that it can create. Now, we'll make work faster and safer for people by connecting our community with clear intent, and by going deeper and wider in various market segments, serving specific personas, specific users, and specific use cases. Now, these are similar shapes to the Squid Games. This is not Squid Games, just to be clear. We didn't gather you here for any reason other than to talk about tech. No worries. So very different outcomes here. But who wants to be a square? Who knows Squid Games? Anybody want to be a circle, a square, a triangle? Square? It's good. There shouldn't be a lot of squares because they're just in charge of the people that kill people. So I would say no shapes are good in that world. But these shapes in our world are actually quite compelling. So we're connecting people with purpose. These shapes are designed to indicate that, embedding ourselves in industry architecture. We're creating solutions for private wealth, for the buy side, for trade operations, without locking you in. Without locking you in, which is incredibly important. Getting you to the data that powers your workflows across firms and front to back. Today we'll demonstrate interfirm workflows. And I think you'll see how our kit is coming together now post-acquisition. We're going to deliver solutions in wealth management, and we'll demonstrate that. And we'll spend a bit of time on the operations processes. So let's take a deeper look at interfirm workflows. Our interfirm workflows combine the capabilities of Symphony, StreetLinks, and Cloud9. They expand our offerings for the buy side and the front office more generally. And we all have needs for multiple modes of communication. Voice, video, chat, email, but all linked and should be flowing through our identities and without interrupting our flow. Voice communications will increase in importance and must be integrated. We're speaking a lot into our devices, and our devices are speaking to us. Today we're focused a bit there on the front office and the risk takers, but all in the market will benefit from linking voice and identity-based workflows. Next, on managing wealth in an increasingly complex world with an increasing risk, how can we simplify? For wealth management, it's about meeting clients both where and how they want to be met. Whether it's WhatsApp, WeChat, SMS, mobile, Symphony, the client base requires personal touch, requires simplicity, and above all, requires security. They're getting increased access to more assets, private markets, structured products, digital and crypto. We must work from their perspective out, not imposing our institutions, our platforms, or our views down, but try to work from them inside out. And then finally, supporting all processes, and probably the most underserved area of the industry, operations professionals and ops tech. This community is overwhelmed with tasks and risk, and the risk seems to be increasing every moment, every day. We are transforming operations workflows and client lifecycle management. Right now, all are managing through challenging classic tech. Now, I use the word classic. It's a bit nice. You could call it legacy or maybe even technical debt. But there are faxes, there are emails, there are mainframes. There's still quite a bit of paper. And the markets are speeding up, and volatility is increasing. So from setup to settlement, and risk back around each day to the morning, how do we solve this? And the ever-increasing demands from clients. They want greater access and more transparent processes. They want to know what's going on even if they don't do it. They want all in the API, even if they may not build to everything in the API. And they need airtight hardware and data protection security. So what does this point on systems of systems, and how does this come together as a community for the industry and with the industry? So Symphony, our go-forward 3-year vision-led strategy, it's a bit of a mouthful, is Prime 23. A year ago, we decided this is where we're going to land in 3 years. It's about enabling front-to-back workflows across all asset classes, making complex tech highly accessible for all market participants. It's about spanning the firewalls safely, from private markets to private wealth and private equity across all public markets, from investment bankers to global custodian banks, and all critical market infrastructure. We're enabling originators and risk takers, asset owners and asset managers to leverage tech for the benefit of all. To drive this today, we featured many partnerships, and there are many more. We have Zoom, we have Quant Insight, Access FinTech, FinTech Studios, VoxSmart, and Google. We have many more, but the partnerships are absolutely critical for us, and so are the people who build them. And as we look to bridge multiple areas where finance and tech meet, and where market providers, market participants, and megatechs meet, both our recent acquisitions of Cloud9 and StreetLinks really do enhance our ability to drive evolution and transformation in the industry. We're increasing access and driving scale. We're working with megatechs in a way that works for the industry. We are creating a multiverse where humans lean in versus masked by the meta. We are partnering with specialized fintechs who need scale and need to be integrated easily. And most importantly, market participants who require deep knowledge, trust, plus long vision, and maybe an actual product roadmap. So we all know we're getting there takes innovative and driven leadership. And there are many innovators here today and in our community. But I want to welcome up Jerry Starr, CEO and founder of Cloud9, and Gary Godshaw, CEO and founder of StreetLinks. Two of my close partners. Nothing weirder than being the short guy in a three-way man hug, but worked well. I could not be more excited to have Jerry and Gary on the team. We have common in friends. We've only known each other really a year and a half, to be honest, as people. It's come together so quickly. I could not be more excited to hand the day to Jerry now and the day to everybody else. So please enjoy. I'll disappear for a bit. I'll step aside. And please, Jerry, welcome.
Thanks, Brad. Great to be here today, and nice to be able to see everybody in person. It's not too often you find three companies meant to be together. I'm so excited about these three companies, Symphony, Cloud9, and StreetLinks coming together. We're such a great match from the standpoint of our technology, our products, and our culture. Potential for voice is huge as we integrate these product offerings. This is an exciting time for Cloud9. We became part of the Symphony family in June, and the response we have received from our customers has been overwhelmingly positive. Customers and prospective clients are more excited about Cloud9 because we are part of Symphony. And I think they are more excited about Symphony because Cloud9 is part of the equation. It's a great recipe for success. Brad and the management team at Symphony have done a great job at putting a vision together around the future of communications and workflow in the financial services. And we're very proud that Cloud9 is going to be an important piece of that puzzle. The combined offering of Symphony, Cloud9, and StreetLinks will unlock powerful workflow solutions for the industry. I'm very confident that we have the team and the resources to really accelerate our growth. Right now, we are in deep conversation with some large financial institutions, and you'll hear about some exciting things today and over the next few months about what we're delivering to the marketplace. Brad and Ben have a powerful vision on how to bring these three companies together, and we're excited to showcase some of that for you today. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Gary Godshaw from StreetLinks. A big welcome.
Thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Jerry, and thanks, Brad, and welcome, everybody. I'm thrilled to be here at Innovate. Brad mentioned, partnerships and integrations as being, a critical refocus for Symphony. And it's funny because StreetLinks and Symphony started talking about a partnership about, 9 months ago. And there was a really specific, request that we had from a customer. And, the more we started talking with Symphony, we realized half of our clients are in Symphony, right? And, their position on the desktop and allowing those clients to essentially have our product at their fingertips without having to go into, the StreetLinks portal in order to have access to it was really appealing. And the more we started talking with our customers around additional applications and working with the team at Symphony, it just became so obvious, that these two things needed to come together. And, Brad's not one to mince words. I think it was, I'm ready to buy your company after a couple of months of working together. And, I think it was just obvious for us and for our teams. And so we didn't even know about Cloud9 at that point. And so, as we were working on bringing the companies together, there was just so many applications that we could actually roll out very, very quickly. And then I learned about Cloud9, and I meet Jerry, and it was just accelerated some of these workflows that seemed like science fiction, a couple of years ago, that I think, we're going to demonstrate some of it today. So with that, are we ready to go, Brad? Should we get this started?
I hope so.
Okay, well,
Please do.
With that, I'm going to kick you guys off a stage. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Brad.
Thank you.